So hi and welcome. Thank you for taking the time today to speak to me. My name's Caitlin and I'm a student on placement with Dundee Volunteer and Voluntary Action currently. DVVA is a large organisation that helps third sectors become more resilient and sustainable. They do this in a number of different ways, and one being good governance at trustees level. Could you introduce yourself and tell me a bit about your role?
Yeah, hi everyone. Again, thank you so much for being here to watch us talk about being trustee, young trustee. My name is Izuin, but everyone else call me Izzy. I'm currently the Vice President of Engagement at Dundee University Student Association. What I do essentially in my remit is to help students that don't traditionally engage with DUSA. So since like Inker 9 Wales, postgrad, international students, minority students engage with us in our the advice service that we do. On top of that, I'm an international student, so that's kind of why I want to be in the role.
So can you tell me a bit about, like you just said about why you wanted to be in a role, but could you expand on that a bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was about last year when I first ran for the role. I was so inspired by the student community. I was so inspired by these people that wants to give back, and I was like, you know what, I want to run for a student rep role. And at that point, there's like a number of roles that you can be part of on campus. But at that point, the student election was opening up, and I was like, I've got this idea where like I see this big gap, and I want to work with people, work with students, work with university, work with our student association with campaigns, and mostly campaigns to help promote what we do. And yeah, like at that point, I don't know anyone. Like I said, I'm an international student, and really, I haven't really been doing much with things on campus. And I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. There's no time like now, like no time like the present. And yeah, I was very fortunate to be elected in 2019 and then re-elected again this year. It's just it's Dundee University is really interesting. It's because it's the people, is a vibe that wants to give back, and then you can see it from people, and that made me feel like I want to give back as well. So yeah, that's kind of why I went for the role.
So you mentioned about you seeing this opportunity. How did you go about applying and getting elected?
Yeah, so being a trustee of so we're a student association. I've got 8 trustees, elected trustees, that are like student executive as well. So they get 6 of them are paid and the other 2 aren't. So it's like an election that they have every year around February, March time. What you have to do is you have to get like 2 of your friends in university, what's that word? Matriculated students to nominate you on this platform. And then you have to write up a manifesto with like 3 ideas that what you want to work on as in the role. And then if you've been approved, like you haven't done anything, you haven't been disciplined by university, you like I would say a good student, then you'd be approved to be able to run in the election. And yeah, so once that period, the election period differs, really depends to the person that handled it. Last year, it was like, I would say 7 days of campaigning. So you go around campus, you tell people, you go to lectures, like why you should vote for me, like someone like this candidate, and also why you should vote in general. Like it's so important. Like I'm always reminded people, like even if you don't want to vote for me, it's so important for you to vote. You can even vote for reopen your nomination. It's just important for you to have that choice. Yeah, so once that all done, that took 7 days. You wait for a day or a couple hours. It really depends of how it was like planned. And then yeah, and then the person with the highest votes wins, and you get to be elected. You get to be a trustee. And I think the one part that a lot of people don't realize of being elected as an executive is that you're responsible for like running an organization, like not running, it's like what's our word, approving things in an organization. It's quite interesting. So yeah, that's how I come about the role.
So are you currently a student as well?
Yes, I am currently a student. I'm in my 4th year. So I study economics and politics.
How do you sort that commitment between the two?
Oh my God, I am a calendar freak. I think I had a pretty chill, I would say, first year. Like didn't do anything, and then I hated it. I hated the fact that I wasn't doing anything. Second year, I got involved with this society called OPSOC, and it got a bit busier. But I'm like, this is not enough. My mind isn't stimulated enough, and then that's also like, you know what? I want to help the student community, and then that's like another chance. Planning. It's literally like planning everything in advance. I'm obsessed with my calendar, of course, and I'm also obsessed with like our university modules. You know how like you get this handbook in the
Yeah.
beginning of semester. I would read them line by line and like highlight them and I write them and then it's like highlight what like assignments and readings and stuff and like a small 1 page and then plan it for the semester. So that's how I work. It's also, yeah, so it's definitely a lot of planning, but once I've got all the university stuff done, the work just comes natural. That's just, yeah, that's just how it is for me. And I love it. I love being busy. I know people don't like it. We were going to be like, are you crazy? But I just hate the fact that if I'm at home, I'm just going to chill and my mind's going to be like, I'm so unproductive. But yeah, I like being able to keep myself busy all the time.
Yeah, you would have learned excellent time management skills there as well.
Yes, I think that's another thing of being a trustee is that, especially when you're a student, when you're young, is that you get to manage time. Like I've personally never been in a part-time job role, but when you're doing like a voluntary role like this, for me at least, it's more of like you have this commitment to help people, and you would want to be like, I need to make sure I spend enough time, enough energy to contribute to making change, and it's like, and it's honestly so rewarding when you get to see like students come to you, and it's like, oh my god, like we had so this past week we've been having like Halloween stalls in the union. I know it's still COVID, but it's all like you need to be 2 meters distancing, hand sanitizing, wearing face masks and stuff. But it's like we have in that pack Halloween gift bag, we would give like advice leaflets, sweets, all sort of things inside it. And then students would be like, "Oh my god, you guys are still doing this despite of COVID." And it's like it's so rewarding here. Like you know, they feel, I don't know, it feels nice when people just tell you that they still feel like they matter, despite being in an unprecedented time. But yeah, if we're coming from, if you are ever thinking or you saw a role of a trustee role, definitely go for it. Takes a lot of time management, but it's a skill that you'll use for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Is there any other skills you've got key from learning from Trustee?
I think I would say communication skills is most probably important. I would say in the beginning I was very shy. I have strong sometimes I have strong opinions about making sure students come first, but I never knew the best way to like convey it. A lot of the times it's like I don't want to because I get like I'm a people pleaser. That's not very good at all. I'm a people pleaser. I like it when people like me. So but then it's like when you have something that's against someone's kind of what they're used to, you I think I always struggle with that. But then this year coming into this role, I have developed this thing called sandwich. You're like, tell them, oh, I think that this what you're doing is a good idea. Like don't lie, don't lie. Tell them what it is that's good, and then you come in and be like, but I think this can be improved, and then end it with like, I hope like you can take this into consideration. And another good skill I would say is listening. I know people are like, you're always hearing things, like, especially like, you're always hearing people talk, you're always hearing lecturers talk, you're always hearing radio, news people, TV shows, but you like, people, you don't, you forget to listen sometimes. It's like the word actively listening to keywords. And I think that's another skill that's important, especially when it comes to like, I don't personally handle certain cases and stuff. But there are times we have this thing called the hive where students come and ask for like, oh, what can I do? I have this problem. Who do I go to? And then sometimes it's just listening to what they're going through and then analyzing how you can help them. Yeah, listening skill and really understand, not just being there to be like, oh yeah, I feel you. Yeah, okay, bye. No, like you're there to make sure that they feel listened, heard, and then you can help them. That's, I guess, another skill. So communication, listening. Also, this seems a bit silly, but answering emails, like I have seen people like peers answering emails so unprofessionally, and like in the role, like I learned, I went to boarding school in high school, so every time I send an email to my teachers and stuff, it's like you have to be formal, or they will let you know in class, like, oh my god, like it's been emailed everyone, like it looks so professional. I've been trained to email people professionally, but then in the role, you have to make sure you're very professional time. You can put like a smiley face, but yeah, I think that's another one, is emailing people, making sure it's professional.
That is definitely one. I've had a lot of questions about how do you email? Like, it's just such a simple task, but not a lot of people know how to do it.
Definitely. I guess also to add on it is to make sure the email is readable, not too long.
Yeah, definitely. I love the wee smiley face though.
I know, me too. I still do it.
Oh yeah, same, yeah. So could you tell me a bit about your background on how you got into the role? Because you said you're an exchange student. Is that correct?
No, so
Oh, sorry.
it's okay, don't worry. So I study here for my degree. I'm in my fourth year, so I've been here since my first year. But I am originally from Malaysia. So I came here about like 2017, but my dad studied here ages ago, and he's like, oh, this is the best place to learn. So that's kind of why I'm here.
Would you say you'd stay here afterwards?
Well, I hope so. I think I would say I would want to stay in Scotland. It's like the people, the vibe, and the people in Dundee and the students. It's like it's it's they're so inspiring. Like it's so hard for me to explain. It's like the people, the friends that I follow, and like Instagram, Facebook, whatever like social things that are going on. Like for example, Black Lives Matter, Me Too movement, those sort of things. It's like you see the people, they're not quiet about it. Like people are always trying to be censored. Some people like try to censor themselves. And I was so used to, it's like if I speak my own mind, I'm gonna get criticized in like my work, my university. But it's like here, speak your mind. Like who cares? Like if you're not talking about what you believe in and what you're passionate about, then it's like, why are you even here? Why are you even still studying? Why are you like why are you like even not alive, but why are you like still around, that type of thing. And yeah, I think if I could have the chance to stay in Dundee specifically and the student community, that would be amazing. But we'll see. Fourth year, so I'm applying to a lot of graduate jobs. We'll see how my luck, how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think you'll get into another trustee position in the future?
Oh, definitely. I was actually interested in one just now, but then it's like I have so much on my plate. Like I've got university, got being a student executive, and then I've got this program called Fast Futures. I'm also volunteering for another role, and it's like I don't have the time to contribute to that other trustee role. But yeah, definitely, it's especially when it comes to contributing back to the society, back to the community. It's so important. Be the drive and the voice of the place, especially when you're passionate about it. So yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time and speaking to me today, and good luck for the future.
Thank you for having me here. I love talking, so you know, I can go on and on. But yeah, thank you guys.